Good morning and happy Geogradient month. Clue 1 is out and I'm a bit excited. But before I start my video today, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land I'm filming on today, the Wadawurrung people. I'd like to pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. So last night, 7 p.m, I was putting my little boy to sleep. I came out and there was Clue 1. How perfect. Last year, in Australia, we got the Clue 1 at something like 12 o'clock at night, which was just not feasible with little kids and a family life. So I was feeling very lucky last night. I did not expect to be able to start Clue 1 on the actual Thursday because it's usually a Friday here. So that was a bit nice. Before I get ahead of myself, I will tell you what I am wearing. I am wearing my Cable Bay sweater by Pearl Foundry, and this beautiful yarn is in Louie and Lola's Possum Merino fingering, but it's basically knit up at a DK weight, I think it was. Anywho, I've finished it and I've blocked it all in time for the MKAL. However, I'll do an episode and I'll go through all the details of it either during or after the MKAL. That video will come out. I have notes in front of me because I will get lost because I'm so excited to do the MKAL. The yarn for my MKAL is also by Louie and Lola. I bought the winter set. Hopefully I can put that up, a picture of it up here because it's all caked up now. I have done the winter set and I'm super excited. I knitted my swatch. Can you believe it? Did you knit a swatch or did you not? It was like 50-50 from the comments as to whether people were knitting it or not. Excuse my crackly voice. We've just gotten over having influenza A in our home. So that's that. I need a swatch. Here is my swatch. I will get it nice and close. Ooh la la. I think I wrote it down. Yes, my swatch is 25 stitches and 46 rows. And Mr. West wants us to have 24 by 48. And he said close enough is good enough, which is it tracks pretty well for what his knitting mode usually is. I kind of love it. He has taught me if you're missing a stitch, pick up an extra one. If you have too many, do a decrease. I would have never done that in patterns. I would have always tinked back or frogged back or laddered down to fix a mistake in a past row. But the speed of the MKAL and having his videos to follow means that you can play jazz a little bit with it. So I don't think having the swatch a little bit off is a problem. I think the main reason I wanted to do it is so that I knew that I wouldn't run out of yarn. Only because he's mentioned that, and last year we had so much left over that I thought maybe he's not built in as much of a yarn buffer this year. So my nervousness got the better of me and I thought I better swatch. But if I play yarn chicken at the end, I have the swatch to pull back from anyway. But I loved the fabric that I got with it. Pretty happy with that. He said to not have it too stiff and not too loose, which tells me we're doing some nice crisp stuff. That's the right side and that is the wrong side, which is kind of relevant because I have started Clue 1 and I have some thoughts. Before I get started and show you where I'm up to with Clue 1, I will give a disclaimer. Each of these episodes in this series for the MKAL, I will be showing my progress. So if you're not quite ready to watch each individual clue, I recommend maybe saving it and watching it later. I we'll probably just put a spoiler in the title, like say this is a spoiler video in the title, so that I don't keep repeating myself. But if you're watching a clue 1 or a clue 2 or a clue 3, clue 4, and you're not ready for those clues yet, maybe save it and come back another time, because I will be showing them off. Okay, so 7 o'clock, my son's gone to bed, I sit up, I start watching it, and I was so relieved. I was like, oh, this is going to be a soothing start. We're doing garter stitch and we're doing all 4 of our colours, which he hinted to in a post just a couple of days ago. And it was lovely. It had this beautiful rhythm. I got my 4 stripes done. And then my husband was coming in from work. We run a business from home, so he was working a little bit late. He came in for work and he said, will we watch our nightly show? And I said, yep, absolutely. I'm just knitting garter stitch. We sit down, I look at the pattern for the next part and I'm like, cast on extra stitches. Hang on, I'll watch this next part of the video. Opened the video up and I went, oh, okay, I need to concentrate a little bit on this. So needless to say, I didn't quite concentrate on the show we were watching properly, because I was just trying to understand where on earth we were going with this next bit. I don't know why I thought it would be a relaxing clue 1 when the whole reason we're here is for a challenge. However, I managed to get the rhythm of that pretty well. I'm going to show it now to show you where I'm up to. Find the right side. Ta-da! So let me remember. First section, second section, and then is this still the second section? No, I think it's the third section. So I did stay up late. Today I have a little bit on. I have to do some work, and I'm also helping out with face paint and costumes at my son's musical today at school. So I'm only going to have maybe a half an hour after this video to knit, and then I'm off to support the school with that and cheer on all the kids, so which will be really lovely. So I thought last night, I'm staying up. I did a couple extra more episodes of the show I'm binge watching and got to this point. However, can anybody spot a problem? It's probably a bit too hard to tell. No, probably not to you. It's probably not so hard for you to tell. I've made a mistake already. So this is the order of my colours. 1, 2, 3, and 4. For this bit, I went 1, 2, 4, 3. I can't even see it myself, but I realised when I went to join on for this one to be my colour 4, last night was a big awakening to me that my colour blindness is definitely going to be challenged with this project. So what I'm thinking, I'll have to rip that back and change it. There's no way I can leave that, because I don't know which direction we're going in, and I think it's very important to get the right order of colours. So I think what I'm going to have to do is jerry rig some kind of, I'm going to put a lacquer band and the colour number or letter. I think he's doing letters, isn't he? A, B, C, D. I think I might need to actually put it onto each skein so that at night time when I'm reaching into my bag and I'm purely confident that I'm picking up the right one, I can actually look at the letter and make sure I don't make that mistake, because that's going to slow me down so much if I keep picking up the wrong colour. If we have to hold 2 colours at a time at any point to do colour work, I think I'm in trouble. It's like an extra twist to the adventure for me. Is anybody else in that same position, or just me? Maybe just me. So, oh my gosh. When we were doing this section, I thought, well, here's this slant. This is the edge of our shawl. So this is the corner of our shawl. No, definitely not. Is this sort of technique, is it a mitered corner? I've never done it before, so I'm super thrilled because it means straight off the bat, I'm learning a skill that I didn't have before, which was a major part of why I wanted to do the MKAL again this year. So I'm really chuffed with that. What I'm not sure about is that there's definitely a wrong side to this shawl, which is fine, but I didn't love the way I tried the Stephen Weaven, was it? I did try it, but I didn't love the way it was looking. Anybody else? Yes, so the Stephen Weaven I didn't really enjoy. However, now that I'm looking at it, is it really worth doing something else? I'm just duplicate stitch. Excuse me, that's my cup of tea. I'm just duplicate stitching them as I go because, oh my gosh, there are going to be so many ends to this project, especially if we're striping the entire shawl. There's going to be so many ends. However, I'll get proficient at it, won't I? That is the whole point with this project. So I have no clue. Is this the bottom of the shawl? Are we going to do a modular shawl like last time? Are we picking up from all different sides? So far we have a triangle. In case you didn't watch my series last year, I'm in the camp of not looking ahead until I've gotten started on the clue. I would have hoped to have gotten a bit further in than this before I looked at the rest of the video, but just because of the schedule this week, I think I'll have a little look now. But I have no idea where we're going. And I love that. I love that about these shawls. If you're on the fence about joining in during the clues, that's the one thing that you really get from these, is that if you're following along at the time you're following along, the feeling of blindness and not knowing where you're going is a little bit fun if it suits your personality. If it doesn't, I completely understand. So I have no idea where we're going. I'm going to watch a part of the next part of the video to see what we're up to. And I had another twist this morning. My lovely friend Michelle is my in real life knitting friend, and she messaged me this morning just as I was I was literally climbing into the car to take my son to school, and she messaged and she said, have you seen the alternate to Clue 1? And I'm like, what? No? Is there another video? Is it at the end of the video? So I think I need to watch a little bit of the video to see where we're going next, so I can cram in a little bit of knitting before I'm off to school. Okay, hold on a tick, I will get the video up. Okay, Mr. West, what are we doing? This is where I'm up to.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stripes and geogradient action happening. Once you complete that 8th stripe,
definitely geometric.
Place the 85 color D stitches onto waste yarn or a spare circular needle. So you could thread some
already
yarn
using the spare needle
and put all those live stitches onto some waste yarn and leave them.
So this is all going on waste yarn.
I'm going to use
picking
a spare
up.
circular needle.
We're picking up, aren't we?
Oh, you can do the weave in Steven. This is going to save you so much finishing.
I'm going to guess, I'm putting out a guess now that this is the center of the shawl.
For about 10
I shouldn't guess.
stitches, we'll do this crisscross technique.
Okay, I'm going to skip forward a little bit.
Section 3, section 4.
It is. It's
that little
like a square spiral. Does that make
stitches,
sense?
Also on a spare circular needle or waste yarn. And this is what sections 5 and 6 look like. They are identical to the techniques we just
Ooh.
used. So follow the instructions for section
Yeah, very
5
important that I
You will be picking
get
up
my colours the right way
16
around because the
stitches along
effect
that
won't be right.
left selvage. If you have a little bit of extra space from section 1 still remaining,
Always helpful, giving us options in case we've gotten that far and we haven't done it right. Always giving us workarounds. Thanks, Mr. West.
Close to.
Wow. It's a square.
You might have to weave in some ends from the beginnings of your section.
I like it. I feel like it shows off the gradient really nicely.
And 8.
It's a pretty big clue one, but it's got a nice rhythm to it, I feel like.
So share your progress. Don't rush, okay? Savor
Don't rush,
stitch.
except for I'm definitely
race.
rushing.
You're not finished every week with these sections.
Only because it's fun.
Just
I'm not
enjoy,
stressing out about
embrace
it.
your own pace. Get inspired by all the beautiful colors.
Okay. I love it. I don't know where it would go after that. Oh, is it just going to be a crazy stripy shawl? Sure, no. He has too much fun challenging us. I don't think it would be the same all the way through, but... So I am going to continue knitting on this for a little bit before I shoot off to school. And then the next time you will see this, it will be when I've finished clue 1 and I am starting on clue 2 next week. However, before I go, I did have an idea. One of the biggest reasons as to why I decided to do the MKAL this year is just because of, yes, I learn a ton, but also the connection that we as knitters have all around the world while we're knitting on this MKAL. And I was thinking, how do I connect with you better? I love seeing all of your comments and I love hearing about all your colors, but I can't see them. And I feel as though even when I'm seeing conversations in the comments, people are excited about each other's projects. And I wondered that if you are subscribed to me, if you would like to either tag me on Instagram, hopefully I'll put my Instagram and email here, either tag me on Instagram with your clue updates or send a photo to my email as we go for each clue, then I would love to feature your photos at the end of my clue videos. So there won't be at the end of any of this video because I am only just putting the call out. However, that works out well. You won't be finished your clue 1s. Do not worry if you're not finished a clue when you send me the photo. Everybody is knitting at a different pace. However, obviously it will need to be within this month to be able to have your photos featured on the videos. However, so for my clue 2 video, I will show a little slideshow of everyone's clue 1s that you've sent in, and for clue 3, I'll put up everyone's clue 2, so on and so forth. So if you're interested in connecting that way and you're not particularly confident to do a whole video and to show your shawl, but you would love to show everybody so we can all chat about it in the comments, please send it to either tag me on Instagram or send it to my email address. I will stick to those two because private messages can get a little bit confusing and not all of you will go to my primary account. So definitely either tag me or send it to my email address, and that'll be really fun. So at the end of me experiencing and waffling on my videos, hopefully I can just run a little bit of music and you can continue working on your shawl or whatever you're working on. Even if you're not enjoying the MKAL this year, you might enjoy just seeing the slideshow of everybody's projects so far. Then we get a taste of how all the different kits are working up in this color, in this shawl. I'm really interested. I feel like the ones that have a speckle as their color B or color C, that'll be beautiful. I can't wait to see. Please send them in if you are happy for me to put them on the next episode. Anywho, happy knitting, happy Clue 1 knitting, and I'll see you again for Clue 2. Bye.